otimi femu hihye ehwe mo nkwa emeja pade dodo na nso esei eno nti memfa wo nkwa nto chacha enye saa obenu ho nkwa na nyina se wo se fuo tanka bi enya kwanhia na Daniel mafangu no ebugu mpa hwa na wa aman ho da. Stay back and stay safe. Emomo no aya fredum je jumayefo ana posifo no mo mehwe nso ano wutumi nso efre National Petroleum Authority ewo 0302 550 380 kaise wonkwa wo hoi ehu hia bebre esensa afango no kokoboi National Petroleum Authority ene de bro.
Okay, so my answer yemo achibio na yemo akwaba. Costa TV, your own face, your own voice. Yewie oye CCTV interview no Dr. Wisdom yadasi papa and then Jennifer Seneno Grassack Women's Commissioner. One of them share the impact of applied research. Professor Kwame Nabamfuaje, thank you so much. There's one by anyone area. Says here, Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly. The assembly itself, your MC and the Dominion, but in Dano pay, you lucky. Yansa, the public relations officer, Ozima Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly. In Cape Coast, we have two constituencies: Cape Coast North, Cape Coast South. It's Wakabum or one, Metro Metropolitan Assembly. See. Yani Ura, is it Joseph? Patrick, yes, HAYFORD. YEBOAH na Patrick, YEBOAH HAYFORD. On the Yanaba studio, I bid him come kaka. Nina boko P. As there was a MC when you 1 year. See programs record of my hair kaka. No, you are. As some as is your record assembly high, where will be a bisa. I'll be home with Fubinus when you are G. Or your 24-hour market. The location and the matters arising. Mama, Mr. HAYFORD Akwaba. Good morning.
Good morning.
Bibia Boko.
Nyaminadum. Bibia Boko.
Yeah, that's also the yet to suffer on a pair. You know, my by band. You and Nanyan. Yes, Papa. Assembly today.
Nyaminadum, Bibia Boko.
Okay.
Bibia Boko. Eshe, Honorable George Asata, Nonyena Assembly members and Napamfa. I'm the Zawabeye. Ma igwai over fani tempe frebiana wobo mbazin warrior. Tibonyi bakade so far so very good.
Okay. So far so very good. Yesterday mayor onye 1 year office obedin lebe.
In fact 22nd of April 2025 na o start na ejuma nkasa as a mayor of Cape Coast. President Bonizin on the 4th of April. The another one nominate Bogo Mensin Mahadi. Na Nyamin Chaze 17th no assembly members walk to Abana or confirming with that 100% vote no. And that 17th I think no a Thursday. Until 18th no na ye raised them.
The infant there ndeda no 1 year President Bonizin.
No, 4th April.
Oh, 4th. Okay.
4th April,
okay,
you know.
Okay.
Na President Bonizin.
Okay.
Na 17th na what to about confirming.
Okay.
And then only 1 year for confirmation.
Okay.
No, 22nd no sheni Jumase as a mayor of Cape Coast. Since Nyamin Chaze, Nyamia na adom na washen no do ma we tum wenya 1 year. There are a series of activities assembly no together with the MC while line up there Wobabe. And that's why what is
necessary? You are wasting money.
I always say that some of the questions, you know, yes, are genuine. Once I war in a society, obiare pre-development, obviously these questions will come up. But then more there, in communication studies, a very BB crisis management. We pay attention to the details, you know. Ne ukwana eba fada ibe yano. Ntaye mekesha nko for that. Ma ya share just the obirizi 1 year ne pepe. What goes into the 1 year celebration? And sani yetumi yakade mori yano no one for so another no hunyin for so. Nti esha fair pay, which is the 20th of April year, Monday year, obey a media tour. A media tour is part of accounting to the people and opening himself up for questioning. In the Nyama Waya Kofu and Agent Tantan, also Mizumu Wesiho, Mobile Star TV, won't be some. Nanya Namu Muntum Farmer. I don't think they or a BB or a bad because it gives credence to the essence of local governance. Ibama leadership are accessible to Team Ofono. Ye yani fiwa yawo Ebenada, which is the 21st. 21st no wabeye free health screening. Yamincha the president Zimpa launch free health assembling the free health screening. Free health screening ni yewia wabeye free renewal of health insurance. I don't think though as a one then one health insurance card they would not in assembly no back there yes you can ever for the renew am free in the day one institution and a company free one wash you one as it there what the assembly no pedo ye baby them it was one time bobo and tamano now wash on go from when you am free which I don't think or bad apart from that no so no you be an ebi obinya the membri wash TV and now wait radio nti yansa na ma nkofa akwanye biu na wombra na za oho won wombisa oye town hall meeting nti no so ye be town hall meeting oye Wednesday na nkofo ebisa mayor no nsam concerning 24-hour market no nyamanyama mo ho wagin bia brebe bisa Thursday tree planting and the launch of debt free project wo Cape Coast bi na yerezo nkomo kwa na ye bafada ye bomogwa ya hadi watso. Apart from that, so no Green Cape Coast project. Yan shop na eba fada quantum pan nin able to me ye why no so oka celebration ho. Ansa na Friday. E na bebre na was one adwin was oko. Or the football aspect, the gala na Yerba Bobono. But interestingly, there ejumoku farm po that corporate social interaction than even other activities. In the one, police fire for now ball in here, pede bobu, fire for hand, fire for and then answer. The Stadium. Okay. Many Mr. Santifoku, president of Sports Journalists Association, Money. As worry a baby them na one more yenupuma. We want to take charge of such a program because we are within Azi. Inti onye nije kutimpo. Kwana yaba father institutions or Cape Coast will be socialized. Apart from that, we were since one home for Awanzan. And then we look at Saturday, which is a cleanup activity. I appeal to institutions now, corporate bodies, the one born until. And then share a donation aspect for the special schools, Echo School for the Blind and Deaf. Brother, sometimes it's a banumpa, but from will be in recently, and the vice president. Okachawan and more CCN and Chefwan and no kakao. We are also appealing to Nkofa or Bohen Mayaka donation or Nyawan another special school so and also a donation. Another important thing on any day, yes, it be the cost on the assembly. But in the wisdom of the MC no paying for no, they don't even want to burden the assembly. Into what they did, they appeal to individuals and institutions. There, one Bohem. It was one will be afro. Oh, okay. I mean, Mama MC in 10 packs, Mama MC 2,000, Mama MC 1,000, Mama 100 cities, non-farm boy. Into the cost, Ankasa, it's not on the assembly. Apart from other projects and other assembly, another way, and wasn't one most of the activities are either or individuals and institutions. Na warabuama ye 2 years the mujume. Okay. And see, then it will be on the 25th. Okay. It will be on the 25th of April. Okay.
Only by Thanksgiving, right?
Only by Thanksgiving. Okay. Only by Thanksgiving.
Yeah, busy 24-hour market. But quickly, let me myself. As a PRO of the assembly, sanitation. Though, Emanjuma P. Even coming Saturday next week.
Yeah.
Because of MC in 1 year, by Emanjuma. But me pede. I am part of the sanitation ambassadors and the development ambassadors as well. Sanitation will keep close hand. What's that? What is the state? What's that?
Well, a bit generally, yes. On your bad, even though there are challenges. Yeah. Because generally, in the sense that actually certain places are nanka first, and you are challenging kakao, and therefore when they find a clinic akra. Cite a good example to that aquarium. If aquarium stretch or baby, I know what's the one in Rezuguna. And that place looks better. Other places today, Bacano, Huana, it looks okay. But generally, there are specifically there are certain places so still we have a challenge. But net casino Yinara Makade has to do with one enforcement and the attitude of the people. I want to mention you are bebre there as an assembly no. It is time that you shall say there you are bite in terms of enforcement. Nancy other metros, ebia KMA, no a friend and amen and no kakahona. They started with enforcement. Actually, KMA crowd was a obi two baby na son your reports na what charge now they'll give you 50% of the charge.
Yes.
I think that's the way we should also be going. Because yaman kofa for won tododo. Ye procurement azebachi ibohu na obi baby otwa na aze ano one omba ya manjuma ni bi. Ombo no store. But this is the same person go for clean wo wia obasan aye hofi. Why should he allow this person to go scot-free? Nti menyo ya adwen papa there. The assembly needs to start biting. Nanko feel with there. If you will chroma, as it should be, people will be a bit responsible when it comes to sanitation management. You know.
What about the approved ones? They take money. But all your man. Let me take Mpontu for instance.
Yeah.
When you go there now,
yeah,
it's eyesore.
Yeah.
On your cry.
Yeah.
What is the problem? What is the problem?
To be honest with you, there are challenges with Zoom Lion. Okay. Last in the Dakrana Menhuana Recasa concerning Pedu. Pedu also has a similar challenge. What phone container one fambre. In Sasia ye there, one containers no are not enough in the system. Sanitation and Makaded, it has been a systemic failure on the part of the assembly.
Yes.
Since America but we have allowed people to monopolize sanitation management. On any then containers are all you crewing in Arano or ye no do na ye Zoom Lion faza. Into a Zoom Lion fire, but also okay in an answer near 2 cities in the Abegi 3 cities. Into Botume into young containers in the system. No. Meanwhile, in fitted assembly near every quarter be aware containers tour. They will have their own containers to manage the system.
Ogufomo, why your man will form containers? Why your man will form?
Very true.
Yes.
Recently, Anna MC or any assembly in a task. Madam Azanon in the Ansha said every quarter biano. Yenye skip containers too, which first to
expensive.
Very expensive. I learned today it's about 40,000 to 60,000 between that range. Inti why ye ebiena ye share every quarter bia obotum why ye bien. Yeah, why ye bien is our system no. And I'm not sure there say you call that ye the menyeme and by now ebi assembly now will be 20-30 containers in the system. Mo here the will be here skip machine or yama or baba fazako. That would have solved the problem. But in the interim, no, as I said, they are rationing the containers. Inti ahayama na wababa fako, no wa clean when yinara, no wa luko baby so why ye kakra, na wa clean ho we are no wazaba back. And the question is, ifi abra na ezikesi mempasam. One of our abra no obotu nregu na containers wa, obotu egufum. Eventually it doesn't end up solving the problem. Inti it's an issue or there yeshe niye papa. And that is why I like sanitation ambassadors and want some worry in terms of conscientizing people there one more in the sanitation management issue. No, indeed you are right. We are not there yet, but I believe there nkakra no yebotumi yeduane ya managing sanitation issue ni.
I came across a communique in there politics is PY our assembly when there is change of government, political ibinum was the Mresha Honsa, Oko Kajiji, Nemepi, Washado. I just came across a communique there. It's from the assembly. That assembly members do na wash one kasa one baller don't know one shadow. But it seems ibinum I don't know how to put it. One hour okay take over. I don't want to use certain words, but assemblyman, normally assemblyman order should. The communique said assemblyman for one ball.
Yeah.
But the people are Okajifi assemblyman for now worship. They didn't adhere to what came from the assembly, what came from the MC. What happened to that letter?
That's it, and I'm very much privy to that particular letter because assembly decision I would take subcommittee on sanitation and no can we take that decision there. Every board the biara or electoral area should be managed by the assembly member or that was a clear unambiguous directive they will manage. Inti isha baby aboard the wo biara or the assembly member no manage.
Yes.
Unfortunately, and I'll be very frank, unfortunately because of the political actors a woman into some people feel there and I keep repeating systemic failure.
That is it.
Right? Yes,
that's my point.
Because previous administration say assembly member were electoral area A, no border were assembly member no do manage. But then ebo wona political actors na wo no waje because oya cash cow mo binum waje na wan wohwe pay and dam be kotua sika kakra na za ye yi na aze enti ibinum so feel there ana enka no see no why then da no won so worbeje yenso yenze efiensem ti dam na ote da yenso ya aba na aba yenso yentumi ye even with that no I don't have a big problem with it. The problem kasenyi how best they manage the area. Ibu ebosha na wa abaje so ampa the yenye political actors. But ibo ko hono na e wa ye nkonkon there. For some ben or wo there wo baji fi an assembly member nsem na wakada war manage. Nti I will plead there going forward wo yenje dam nzama no ma ba na wa badu nti o dem minya access to this one ma ba na wa badu nti o dem minya access to this one na yenje ma institutions all run them are all round. If you have challenges with it, then we can appeal to the assembly member there on your. Other than that, no, we will continue on this tangent on boa or money in any way. My banner about that we rush to take over certain things. Ordinarily, you should be in the hands of the right people or the woman. It's a great concern and a worry. Oban the moy why there yeribu assembly no kra enyimitia we say the assembly no mbo tumi there one fan here the maze but again the usual politics which I think there on board here now. I've had a couple of meetings refer some of these matters to the coordinating director and some of them I refer to the executive committee of the assembly. They are still handling it and making sure the assembly members for the designated areas it take over their management of the sanitation issues once.
Yeah, that's Papa. I have Costa TV, your own face, your own voice. Now you will move na your call or the issue concerning friend that 24-hour market. YEBOAH 24-hour market.
Medasi. Therefore, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Nitim Poma, the run up to the 2024 elections, now or can issue about 24-hour economy, or one of the flagship programs and our campaign messages and this ban or body the rumor or tongue of Monasu. And to give credence to them policy no. Nkrobata nibi nye the market ho asemi no nye other issues ebia ye kwenyenyima ye baka ho asem nti bisa 24-hour market and a 24-hour economy na it's a policy abaneze by hoping there certain institutions and our projects will run on a 24-hour cycle the obeyi juma azache azasa obenya nkofo nti the popular 133 even comes in the kwa they run shift on an 8-hour cycle obodu hono no chede we gbe ma ejuma sam na azinyira nkofo enye ejuma aye. That's the concept of the 24-hour economy.
Okay. But that's it. Nti Cape Coast 24-hour market over here.
But that's it. CCR 24-hour market obaye no wo dey bia wo for Ekwani Junction. Hwe RCC na chiri ho nye site obezi da mujuma no.
Why that was the call?
But that's it. That's a very good question, Ibisa, because when you look at the trajectory of events, Oma Yezuko could draw. The issue and number Bamaze, the contract documenting Mezebe. Also, Papa, Mezebe, so that you know.
Let me see. I'm trying to if Shafuna should be. So this is the camera, Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Central Regional Coordinating Council. Implementation of 24-hour economy policy, contract document, construction of 24-hour economy market at Abura.
Very good.
In the Cape Coast metropolis, lot 8, between the Central Regional Coordinating Council and Bedu Constructions Limited, March 2026. That is it. Camera, Kumubia. Hey, Abraham.
There's nothing to hide.
Okay.
You bet church in some.
But answer the church in some. Was the clarity be by?
Okay.
Let me go through the clarity.
Okay.
I will read it for the general public. So this one is coming from Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly. The address is Jackson Street, Kotokraba, PO Box 200, Cape Coast digital address or Ningina fine. To all media houses. Clarity on the site for 24-hour market project and completion of Anafu market. So, according to the assembly, our attention has been drawn to some misinformation concerning the siting of 24-hour economy market and other related issues relative to the Anafu market. In as much as we understand and appreciate the sentiment of well-meaning inhabitants of Cape Coast, it is important that we situate the discussion on fact in order to push the development agenda or developmental agenda of Cape Coast. There is therefore need to set the record straight. 24-hour market. Number one, the 24-hour market is a central government project which is being undertaken in all the MMDAs across the country. That's Ghana. Central government did the design and the main contract. CCMA plays a supervisory role and secure land for the project. Underline that one. CCMA, secure land for the project. The model for the market needs a land size of 6 acres. Mark that one. The assembly plays a role for securing the land, and the land should be about 6 acres. 3. The market is designed to run for 24 hours, hence cannot be sited far away from the busy center of Cape Coast. That is another point. Okay, there. So 4, the Metropolitan Chief Executive did not choose the contractor for the project as the competitive tendering was not even done by the assembly. The initial site chosen for 24-hour economic market was Addis Ababa, close to Old Wayik Junction. This site belongs to State Housing Corporation, which they had leased to Ghana Immigration Service for the construction of Immigration Central Regional Office. Negotiations with Immigration Service to release the land for the market project did not materialize, even when we had offered to provide them another land at a different location. Anyejuma. That's number 6. Number 7, land in front of the Cape Coast Stadium, Abra, which was chosen, was also not approved by the Honorable Minister of Sport, Honorable Kofi Adams, citing security concerns of having a market close to an international stadium and future expansion works to be done by the National Sport Authority. Number 8, setting the record straight from the assembly. Proposed land at Mpontu was considered, with the consultant disagreeing to that particular site with the reason that it is far from busy centers of Cape Coast. That is another one. Put it down. Mimpasam is far. Okay. The assembly eventually settled on land close to a conjunction after deliberation with the Regional Coordinating Council, RCC. 10. The final site, which is close to the Regional Coordinating Council, does not fall within the designated security zones of RCC, as other businesses are currently operating in that enclave. Okay. YEBOAH market. So, YEBOAH, these are the reasons why my hand setting the record straight. I was the marketing, was a crow, a conjunction.
Yeah.
Questions people have maybe say so.
Yeah.
If number one now, Wakada we hear original document mentioned Abra.
Very good. That's very important.
Yes.
Is it Malik? My head tells me that there's nothing to hide.
Okay.
We are talking about Cape Coast Mpontu.
Yes.
And I'm meeting a hadi. I am America Cape Coast Mpontu. Minimum north, minimum south.
Okay.
Because north here fewa or your Cape Coast, south here fewa or your Cape Coast.
But we are two.
Until that, no matter that unfortunate distinction there, or so north or so south, you know. If you are managing very well, then American or another media station be there. People will start demanding there. North, you pay Cape Coast Castle. You pay Fort Dam. Na South also say you pay Interbeton. You pay UCC.
Chief Executive.
That issue, I remember there. I said in Katia no tower Central Regional. People raise that issue.
Okay.
And I explain each other. We don't just wake up one day and set up a district. I follow a lot of procedural and sana. And if I be fit in a day, one man not also a district. Why not? At the end of the day, how YEBOAH keep Coast Crampo itu important. But it doesn't just happen there. Also, what's a particular district. A certain metropolitan assemblies will host 3 constituencies.
Yeah.
In fact, secondary metropolitan assembly is hosting about 3 constituencies. In the unique there, we are the only metro where you host 2 constituencies. It's about how we manage the 2 constituencies or 4 within 1 metro. No. In the Ebisa Hansam.
Yes.
Yenshase. Yenya a circular from central government concerning this 24-hour market. Na nsheshaya no wana osha central government or the shehe nye de. Yenye 1 na ye monkofo ntase. Ye engage nkofo. Mo want the concept of the market na YEBOAH because it has to run for 24 hours. Yeah. So fortunately for us, equal Cape Coast at the side of Anglican Church when a time.
Okay.
Because fortunately because if you're old YEBOAH junction honoma, na asasi bi the wa in canon is in another assassin no proposed market site. Nti na yen polling station so krampo na ye frano proposed market site polling station.
Okay.
Nancy na yisi for wasasa izene no because na mpeyimfo wana adwunu munye de ochine bi Mpontu bi arababada ehwo na wobeja wazaye market. Okay. But unfortunately ndo woja da masa asene twa mefi ehwo na wo ye dumping site for Cape Coast and kofo tunra wozigo. But that notwithstanding ye adwun de yen ye ho ni yi na yenya kwan yensi market no ho. Interestingly there here community engagement and another town hall meeting yen mpo no be betia na be yin na so ti there site na ye be si market one ye proposed market that the order for future market project no ibe mu the excavators e kesu da wo yi djuma na wana no fi dan yi ma ha anu wa fra bi no there ya aka there ye be market no wo ho nti MC ka ho ma ye twan na mane ye kro ho no che there ye hwehwem no ye immigration for na wo rebezi djuma wo ho. So quickly I was privileged to be part of team na Yokro State House because the original land in the State House on Faza no was ama immigration for. Yokro State House and CEO no and yenika ken there on boy I mean has immigration for Piazza was a beye Jumaza. You benye baby as am honoma was a Juma. Interestingly, Nana Robert was appointing as CEO on Cherry. He also said that he will make 1 or 2 contacts. And as now I share that, unfortunately, after back and forth, and as in Commodore MC did not consult EB, did not consult A, did not consult A. I don't want to rush because Yebinya Adajeria ba MC in Arababa. Other than that, I would have shown you letters or Mufonido correspondence between the MC and ministries who own that particular land, another institution who own that particular land.
That's fine. That land in 1 year.
1 year,
so let's move on.
1 year, no. Then contractor now, okay, no contract was central government. Even the document each row, baby, contractor and OFI.
Yeah.
So it has got nothing to do with CCMA. Got 10 million with CCMA.
Okay.
Ibe document ima. There were portion of MC not signing. And there's agreements and letter of acceptance now. Also contract agreement. This agreement is made on the 9th day of April 2026 between the Central Regional Coordinating Council,
not the assembly,
herein after call the employer, acting as their agent, Honorable Regional Minister, on one part, and Mr. Pabedu Construction on another part. Odo baby MC in sign or say in the presence of an authorized officer from the beneficiary MMD to name George Justice Atta designation Metropolitan Chief Executive. Inti MC in signing as a beneficiary district and a metro our obenya them project. Inti the contract is not coming from the assembly. Eya meti de binimu so assembly common fund now what's the 25%? Or they will use now as a construct the 24-hour market. The contract sum is here. That's what I'm saying, that there's nothing to hide. Contract sum no ha. The employer will pay the contractor the sum of 40,953,961 cedis, 30 pesos.
So the whole project is costing 40 million.
40.9 million.
Yeah, about 40.
40.9. Yes, about 50 million.
Yes.
No,
40.10 million.
So
almost 40.10.
Almost 40.1.
Yes, 40.1.
40.1. Okay. Nti assembly na no common fund for 5 years in Mpontu even after the uncapping. Nti that 25% na was abano is for other aspects of the 24-hour market. Ibinye land preparation no nkaka ye good area. Because the contract sum is so huge there, the assembly cannot pay off them 40 million ya ka ho asemi. Nti contract na ikanya no contract or the owner site na audition acceptance letter na owner corner the general contract because one more contract you need to write to who employer there mijitum times biara wazama me biara no mijitum na mutum me shejuma na ase. So quickly we needed to provide a site for the contractor.
That's assembly.
Assembly no.
Okay.
Na you propose abra because yesha abra me small na e ho ye show na was your ideal for a marketer about run and it on the 24-hour cycle. Inti Malik say itimopo MC in itimopo there or a north and south divider. He wouldn't at any point in time propose even abra. In just still and Gobena you know munju place was a fun and south. So at any point in time, now at what point in time there MC is denying even the north of development. When I shall come on fund allocation a project north in your one and south in your one, north in your one and south in your one, or your chip company north in your one and south in your one, or your schools are north in your one, south in your one, or your boreholes 10 north in your 5 or south in your 5. In 10 time you provide site in your contract and day. I know onje abra na yebeyen whilst we work out the documentation to secure the land no when you kwana ye nti contract and acceptance is also acceptance of award of contract. Project construction of a 24-hour market for the Cape Coast Metropolis at Abra yes. Slot and lot number 8. Now no audition name na odekaje the contract. Na yonso ya ye assassin we jumani ye secure site na yezama the name of the site na yezama na contract na etuma ye ejuma. Ana na yesha say ye appeal to mpenyimfa wo that particular land. And I quite remember regional FN and sports minister Obum. The reasons are were two. One, nye there baby I see market no or ye stadium or ye international stadium. and the best practices all over the world, in a market of this nature, or see international stadium ninyim. That's the first reason. The second reason is in your future expansion works stadium ubutum wire. And okay, no, in fact, they were back and forth, but at the point in time, you to me there, he being a sports minister, not so bad body ministry, no, but because we had sports journalists who Krumaha. What can they say? If you have them saying, not so ojutum, honorable, ojutum there, once the marketing war, they also rise up against the sports minister because they also need to protect their jurisdiction. And so this is how, as an obey,
okay.
We're still looking at the north because it's an 8-year development plan. Any land intensive project, you should go to the northern part. And the honorable Dr. Mintanyaku, Raga, or suggest say there, if you struggle with securing Abrazena, why don't we look at Mempasa? I was very glad. I mean, because Maramomba Farmer Jenna suggest a foot to another Mempasa. So Mempasa Obemuno, not there or Yasam Papa, Ama a show also with whom we win and move on. This project has a consultant for Central Regional. I don't know which size Nina or validate the baby or whatever you know. Or you okay and I don't you okay?
The contractor?
No, a consultant.
The consultant, sorry.
Similar thing happened at Kaswa Budumbura. It was the consultant. No, okay, there. Size na assembly they choose the wabayano. He doesn't agree. So they had to do a roundtable discussion and settle on the final site. Quickly. Was no problem in person. And then he said there, ne nyama wa ye wa keka bomu. Omo dem in person is far away from the busy centers of Central Cape Coast. We push there. I mean, you hope the development will catch up in these areas. And then he said there, we do not have time. Until on your project, a year by year, envisage there, development will catch up with that place. So then 10 movement should be going on over to Waran 24-hour cycle. Until he didn't agree to that particular location. Asha, listen to man there. The contract in the envisage there to be completed within 36 calendar months.
Okay.
Until within that 36 calendar months, we do a project. On Yaga yes, the market is war. Now in the next 5-6 years, Ngofu itum a catch up ma a whole ayesho. Until he doesn't agree to that. Ne one so you lose. Until in Yamaya Waki, because contractor no Uhiana Sasi, no when you want Wakwa side no wash and Jumasi. Then Equanizi Obum. And there I say also Equanizano or your security zone. Abedintina Warren or Quantum Bomber, where is the market was security zone because of RCC. Malik, in your Dajana site we boom. There's a company called Faster Limited. What your blocks now? What did you more was here? Your restaurant na pubs are way. I don't think they're in the wisdom of RCC. Baby or your security zone in the first place will be Jem Bomber company be akasatro hona wa enejuma. That should tell you there that particular enclave now was a assembly no doesn't fall within place or from the designated security zone. Activities can go there. You also cry you had a course. There's a land in the Miss Mortana, a Juma Kakrewo. The consultant no on ye a Juma or Bobo do be looking at a cow nazano. So let's get people on site. No one chance there which are landed. Monfe Yimpon Fansodo. We were about settling another coming in agreement at the side place because at the side until we suggested Abrazeno. People were okay with at the side because of your proposed site for a market. Okay. And then this issue came in there. At the side one answer obezi jumanumpono years of border na way trade go no they excavate ni nyina answer ni nya asasnara. Another challenge is there. E ho na rankasa insu de ho say nyim ho site ni ye insu de ho ze kobo bakanum inti say wan ye we dwuma ye kura na future no flooding osa market no mfoso bia orumba ho inti ochede even if it is being handed over to us kura na looking at challenges here mabubu it wouldn't be ideal there ebesi market no ho then we had to resort to baby Ayeri Kenya for the
RCC area Honekwan is a consultant or recommended for that.
No, we agreed with offend RCC. Change able choose a site. In the choose the site one of Boshe, then he agreed. They say to me, a Juman or Cassin, over excavate Coco no horn assassin or the what.
Let me say quickly. Mempasam, where exactly no year or say 1 year?
To be honest with you,
you don't know.
I don't know the exact spot or okay. The conversation was about Mempasam.
Okay.
Until me knew what he had checked.
Okay.
Our more advice say there. One year not that busy as compared to Abra site now Lucino. So that is what I can say about that. Yes. Our horses here, but when that's I'm sure if Otum will speed up worker, hopefully next week Yami contractor will move to site now.
People are not happy.
Oh, yes, it's a developmental project.
They are not happy.
If you're happy, you're happy. As your statement, one of what that issue.
I'm a reason spiel, but according to one said the record said, baby, Oben Chrome where you busy. Somebody was telling me a conjunction at a baby with your blocks now. And I baby will be a Sibabi or one and send a Okes market or one another because they don't see anything there. But for the commenters, it's not far. But from Abra, busy place, Kotakraba the Kwakwan, it's far away. And I'm a boy. See, the location is proximity is very important.
I understand.
Or 24 hours.
Yes.
And see, Metabra, Metamentasem, Metsi Moriana, baby, I have to drive all the way to a conjunction.
But if the same argument, then somebody from a Equanosu will also have to drive the same way to Mentasem. I'm thinking that what share accessibility.
Yes.
Because they share Equine Junction, I'm sure from Abra to Equine Junction wouldn't be much of a challenge. From Kotokraba to Equine Junction wouldn't be much of a challenge. It's very easy to get a car there, but that place. Baby, now you don't know Equine inside. No. Or that junction or faster limited when I zero ben undo Holy Child School one. Akakakrama, there's formerly of there's an FM station.
Okay, property,
formerly property, side from that faster limited, Roko. My request from RCC was about 13 acres, and they need about 6 acres for the project. So that honorable member of parliament for Cape Coast South, who land for future development, now we too so we before need development. Just asking Kasekakra, I must say project be rebado. South related, MP project, not assembly project. MP project, we too so that is how they settled with it. Ebisa MC, Ebisa other people who would have loved at any point in time. And that's what the document in that show.
No, the document is Abra.
Exactly. So that is what that show was there.
Until the document was
no, it's a document in it gives room for change of site.
But says that there's not going to be any change of site.
Oh, what we proposed to him was Abra. But since we have settled that Ekwan. Settled that Ekwan.
So in okay, no,
I'm making reference. Is it in their wisdom? When you mean that some of these things will come, I got a local government issue. Not that me conduct interview, you know what's in there. The same thing here.
Really?
Yes, because of siting of places and all. Siting of these places now. Meaning someone's way to maybe on the car. So was it the same thing that was settled? In this contract numa, it makes room for some of these things here. You can say, sections.
Coastal TV, your own face, your own voice. What's the project to be Oko Cape Coast South? Project to be Oko Cape Coast South. I'm a Cape Coast North for Papa. Honorable MP, what's the brand of Bayano? Parliamentary recess,
yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
But is he happy?
Honorable Dr. Mentanya.
Yes, Raga.
Well, no, me to he's happy or he's not happy.
Okay.
Because after yesterday we have not had chance to talk to him. You know, he's aware of everything because MC friend on Uncommon. Just last week, ne Astrate Fury, your friend MC, Kono Bafada Obon Yes. Of MC, Kono Bafada Obon we. So they communicate a lot. But sometimes leadership is Ijana Ba. No, that was so homework a cram on uncle there. in your meta
Okay.
But I don't think that he's having a challenge.
We'll speak to him. We'll speak to him.
It's the issue. It's a table of clauses now. Your possession of the site, access to the site, instructions, and dispute.
Okay.
Until they envisage there, sometimes because of local developmental issues, there's a way of resolving this. On your casting stone there, just because you provide a site, I'm a contractor and work at a site A change site C. If there are challenges with that particular site, it gives room for a change. Because we were racing against time, we needed to provide a site for the contractor. Acceptance letter, not the contract. And at no point, no OMC na adwunumu there or you contract a fee abra no za Cape Coast just because of the Cape Coast. It just happened there. We didn't get access to that particular place.
Okay. Still abra no wodo. And say ya abra no wo ye na odo was sinzi no wodo. That's my point.
No. American army there intimacy
dispute aba. Nti okra abron dispute by. Say we hear that the kajin contract.
Yes, you needed to provide a site, not that no contract.
This particular
one.
And so what's no buy for
1 year for that remedy is provision has been made for in the contract. That's all. But there are challenges with the site, and notwithstanding providing a site for it, you can refer to what current site na your way jumano.
Okay.
I wish there. Mama, you know, make Canacho.
So HAYFORD TV, your own face, your own voice, 24-hour market, and matters arising. Lead the commander no pay. Ye try way aba. Aka saman ka kribina na nko abo. Yakoba, yaba sum up. Ya end the conversation. Na yako joy. News. Na yako for news file. Itumi yazam tiado yazamo. HAYFORD TV. Your own face, your own voice. Mpontu jumazini, yerba sesia.
National Petroleum Authority say, Mawo bambo hu hia ukane. Ain't no, stay back and stay safe. National Petroleum Authority ebo bibia kokose se fuel tank enya akwanhia na edane menko ho nkwaye wadwen se okosisa petrol anafa ngo no na afenso menye wadwen se wo ben fuel tank enya akwanhia ne ho akwa akodwetwa videos ana pictures na petrol anafa ngo wo hwenso uhua ko wumu a enye sunsun asobone ewo apomodensem so fango nso eho ahometinti no enfomso akitu ebi ebetumi ameja tom ama na gise ewom eba ne saa nipa dodo timi femu hihye ehwe mo nkwa emeja pade dodo na nso esei eno nti memfa won kwa nto chacha enye saa obenu ho nkwa na nyina se wo se fuo tanka bi enya akwanhia na adane amafango no ebugu mpo a hwa na wa aman ho da. Stay back and stay safe. Emomo no aya fredum je jumayefo ana posifo no momehwe nso ano wutumi nso efre National Petroleum Authority ewo 0302 550 380 kaise wonkwa wo hoi ehu hia bebre esensa afango no kokoboi National Petroleum Authority ene de bro.
Nti egudu hwe Coastal TV, your own face, your own voice. Quickly yamfa kakranka hona into yemahemu do anope hicha yenyi PR for Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly. Mr. Oye YEBOAH HAYFORD on your United Train Commander anope concern the 24-hour market ni location matters arising or chechem that chain. So Mzee ya kwa na ebeka bibi ansa na ya kwa say you were reading something.
Yeah.
We are na ya hwe. So the market is about 36 months.
36 months. Yeah, 36 months.
Abazin obo market ni na we are na da ma he na ya hwe ya hwe what's market ni we are abazin obo market ni ya say what's police station abazin.
Okay, there's section 1V IV sorry conditions of contract now page 19 okay access to sites instructions disputes into okay makes provision dispute 24 section 1 IV 24 now okay if there are issues with the site they can have a change. If there are issues with the site, they can have a change. It makes provision for it. That's why I make it there. We were racing against time. The contractor needs a site, not the Akwaji contract. And so obviously, leave the contractor in the vacuum. You need to provide a place for the contractor. No way to Akwaji, no contract. No. But that notwithstanding, Obanede baby as a man no. Kasa biya abohwa contract no ma kwane de wasasa. I don't make the contract invalid just because site A na mbemini no why and site B no contract na invalid. No. Contract ni acquire volume they will not so far to make provision for the means the nyina. Other than that, in the initial site or the saddle say if by that time no contract and inside no contract na would have provided at the saddle. In the saddle anye ready nanka yeka afandan abra no abra would have been in the contract. Afandan at the saddle would have been in the contract but American at abra the saddle would have been in the contract but still you ben abra. These are dynamics or contract in ma or there yet as that is why Mezebe I could have decided to hide this Mezebe man comforters today at no point NMC in war it will there he's denying the northern part of development. Other than that njo susumpo there at the side of the line ye no yenhwehwe baby wa abrana yemfan ye
nti quickly yenhwe here time no record abazina ababa market
no a complex market we here 6 acres because of what goes into it. Into just briefly now mama very brief na yehu what it entails. That also will settle that argument and confirm oh near an afro market ho abedinta na young complete an afro market na yes and yepede yes sika and abani sika no this another market. Into these are nyama oboko the 24-hour market 132 lockable shops 132 lockable shops 132 open sheds 160 open pavement selling areas 10 warehouses lorry terminals for commercial vehicles. This is very important. The question I may be some confirmation there an afro market in space there here was a lorry terminal and apart from that lorry parks for large trucks into a lorry terminal for commercial vehicles and then lorry park for large trucks meat shops 10 environmental office market manager no office information center office parcel office with storage or marketing shower 24 units water closet 24 cold store police post fire post 6-bed clinic pharmacy refuse disposal and collection points food courts livestock bay baby obo kumbwa crèche over from Bofama 40 women's development bank mall and now supermarkets restaurants barbering saloon 6-bed hostel into the meaning or marketing into the argument is that whether there is space or now for market to contain the meaning obviously it cannot be.
Enough market awareness is here.
Good question. Into enough market, Nyamin Charles MC.
You can forward this one for me.
Okay, enough market, Nyamin Charles MC Nyimpenyinfu is home comma District Assembly Common Fund Administrator Wajatum. And I learned today they've gotten a bank.
We do how many bare percentage are here?
I learned today from the technical assessment was about 80%.
So almost
you need about exactly. Yeah. But when the one source of funding no a problem, it was under Coastal Development Authority. Since you are called a new hobby, you have to seek for a different funding for the completion. So code you rely on CODA to complete it, but that institution is no longer in existence. So you need to rely on a different I learned today a common fund appeal to a banker or finance and no two was a complete because it's very important. Baby, what another completion of that market is a master MCA to one among Wozi Hujuma. And it will obviously be completed. I'm very sure this year we will see some development to an Afro market. Yakada was Aka.
Okay. Yensho Krum Kakre, Yaka sanitation, Yaka market, no one some Afro market. What about lighting?
Medasi. Lighting also na no so yati de kakra bibia ya south light no one ye bi or not. And I will share with you also rehabilitation of street lights within the Cape Coast metropolis. Again, you see a government of Ghana initiative. The Nyamin Charles, the Cape Coast Metro, no young contractor, yen street light or fund prefos. I don't know a street light. So one na in collaboration with the assembly, no, what share Cape Coast especially the main streets, you know. Baby, challenges with the street lights now Otum will complete. In Asia, it is not only in Cape Coast South. In fact, Cape Coast North, your first rate, second rate, third rate, fourth rate, Abra to Academy, Abra Newtown Road, street lights, Adaso Street to Interbeton, Pedu Estate, Estate Junction to Interbeton, Pedu to Abra Jukwa Street, Ankafo Junction to Ankafo Township, Kakomodo, Esuechi, A4 to Senwin, Achem, Impoya Cape Coast, Nanonkaka. So, very good. Inti, Ninginara can contract and need you meza. The contractor is not finished. I had to cast a bido. Now, worry Cape Coast South and Cotin. But just for Cape Coast South because of one reason. Right. Recently, when they at this Saddle funding Augustine's for Wesley girls for who's one speech day. And in Penny for now, Wababano, what may attach that there will be night activities, so by one a bonfire and one kakao. So they appealed there. Stretcher schools in Wadono, 1 year farmer one. Now we two with a Z, one anniversary. That does not mean there the concentration is on the offended Cape Coast South. Recently, Wesley girls also appealed about busy one anniversary, and the contractor had to leave. Baby or not about Wesley girls. It's your best friend. I have terrible here. What we need to do, Malik, say, just 30 seconds. Go on. Right. What we need to do. Yeah, today. No, I don't mean I'm so passionate. On any come it is easy. Come ready to relax. I know you. And then come it is easy, relax. And then come it is easy, abanajan obado. And you there Cape Coast Metro. Okay, there are 2 constituencies, but common fund allocations, no. District be today be a Juma Akuna no Kaka when you cassette in Cape Coast. I will get a 1 constituency. In Tincha, what we should be fighting for is a double portion of the common fund. I enjoy there because Parliament will approve formula. No. Last time MCU call public fund and account or make it that honorable minister Queenster or Kade they didn't know that I'm not so they will see to it. That is what we should be championing. In Tinchanka. Dam 24-hour market you obey. Inche yenzi unkomo. Ozenda cannot benya 1. South in 1.
That is what people are saying.
That is what we should be fighting for. But interestingly, district beat the AAK. So what kind of one see 2 cheap compounds? Or get a 1 constituency. Into only advantage of putting 2 cheap compounds in 1 constituency. Okay. But in here no 2 cheap compounds you get a 2 constituencies. Into idea of north, you have south. Which ordinary we should be having 4. Nancha north in your 2, na south in your 2. Nkoba market north in your 1, south in your 1. Urban chip fund and classrooms are
one.
That is where the conversation should be there. Yamma ijanonko abanado. Na abani increase yan common fund allocation. Recently, Mobe I think it was about 2.5. Into 2 constituencies, in your 2.5 million. A constituency like an district like A, so only 2.5. Meanwhile, we are expected to do the same project. Okay. That is a huge disadvantage. It's a best way. Yema ijeni ina unkoho. Inche yenzi da munko mwe ukra. Inche 24-hour market. Abrafo wenye wansa anobeye mempasi onso obeye ufutu. Yazo koho. Cape Coast obeye South obeye ndeno obeye ndeno. Once was wanza akoho. Nenche dedeni ina akofo mukra.
Yati. Okay, so Mr. Patrick YEBOAH HAYFORD, on Eco Metro, Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly, on your public relations officer or media, and or down on the Bian so I'm paying you right in the bay. More than maybe send, most of the can work, more one crack anymore that him. But I also say, I would say, also make your own conclusions. Yeah, but that was it. There, anope enyambre na hwe oye Coastal TV, your own face, your own voice. Honorable, yeah, that's papa dey to safra by. We are grateful.
Masum da se dey amen akwenya na yetumi abechirech nsem. The best dey here na yenka here na akomantu here ne it's all about development of Cape Coast. And Obiara or China doing differently, is entitled to it. We need to embrace that diversity. And I'm sure there Morocco doing campaign for so what I don't like is the name calling. Kasebia Kodu Chira. I mean pede major way for the Namaka, but on fata calling MC names, and you know, you're calling him it's in be on fata. Oh here the Abacadam. Let's handle the issues. Let's fight for development. But here's a big jinaho near yes super just because of his south. What if for Chinebi they appoint an MC from the north? Should the south also do the same thing against the person just because he's coming from the north? I don't think that I am come over there. Entertain. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Papa, your face. Mrs. MALIK RAMZY. Next week Monday, them also can MC you around. Obodo Eagle FM 11. Inside they say the man no do what in here presenters here in Bisan you will phone lines no can answer me and now we Bisan my open will be sending there. I hope that we're in Babahasu. Oh yes, if possible next chance if possible next week Saturday or be available. That will be fine. Nah, I better we go do now. That will be fine. The made you in my hand. But that's it. The Inzu Hujuma. Yeah, that's Papa. You fancy Yami Aduma you be share next week. Yako or you join news. Now you news fire as about something I cried. Good morning and thank you so much.
National Petroleum Authority say, Mawo bambo hu hia ukane. Enti no, stay back and stay safe. National Petroleum Authority ebo obi bia kokose se fuel tank enya akwanhia na edane a menko ho nkwaye wadwen se okosisa petrol anafa ngo no na afenso menye wadwen se wo ben fuel tank enya akwanhia ne ho akwakodwetwa videos ana pictures na petrol anafa ngo wo hwenso uhua ko wo mu a enye sunsun asobone ewo apomodensem so fango nso eho ahometinti no enfomso akitu ebi ebetumi amaja tom amana gise ewom eba ne saa nipa dodo timi femu hihye ehwe mo nkwa emeja pade dodo na nso esei eno nti memfa wo nkwa nto chacha enye saa obenu ho nkwa na nyina se wo hu se fuo tanka bi enya akwanhia na dane amafangu no ebugu mpa hwa na wa aman ho da. Stay back and stay safe. Emomo no aya fredum jejumayefo ana posifo no momehwe nso ano utumi nso efre National Petroleum Authority ewo 0302 550 380 kaise wonkwa wo hoi ehu hia bebre esensa afango no kokoboyi National Petroleum Authority ene de bro.